Hi everyone, I welcome you all again. In this lecture, we are going to understand about the basic programming structure of Java program. Okay, so let's get into the video. So the question that is given to us is to write a program to print I love Java. I know hello world is pretty common, so I just changed the line to I love Java. So let's understand this question, mainly the Java programming structure by solving this question. So let's start. I hope you all are excited. Okay. So last time I told you that Java is an object-oriented programming language, right? So in object-oriented programming language, everything we write is inside a class. Means you can imagine like a class as a container. Be it a method, in Java, function is generally known as method. Function is generally known as method. Be it a method or a variable, everything will be inside a class. So let's see how we can write this. So firstly, what's written here is public class and then simple. So class is a keyword, and this is a very first line that we have to write it in our Java code. So class is a keyword. It's a basic building block of our Java program. Everything, whatever we are going to write, be it a method or a simple variable, will be inside the class. Again, I repeat, method is nothing but a function. Simple is the class name. This is a class name. Try to write the class name in Java in camel case. Try to write class name in Java in camel case. Another most important thing, that save this file as simple.java only. Means your file name in your hard drive must be saved as simple.java. We will discuss this in detail again. Suppose we can change this name if the public keyword is not present here. I'll tell you later why. Now, this is a very basic container and a very basic building block in our Java program. So we have mentioned the class is simple. Now, if you remember the programming procedure in C and C++, what we have we have actually written, right? It's a main function. It's a main method, right? So in Java, we have to write that main method. Let's see what's that. So after mentioning a class, we have written a main method. We have written a main method. Whenever you are going to execute a code, whenever you are try to execute a code, JVM always look for this main method only. Okay, so your program start executing from this method. Void is nothing but a return type. Void is nothing but a return type. Now let's come into the point of static keyword. What I mean by static, in Java, Java is an object-oriented programming language, and in Java, you have written all the methods in a class, in a separate class. So in Java, to access this function, means to access this method, we need an object. We need an object. But we want to access this particular method without creating an object. So we use the static keyword so that we can access this method without creating an object. If it sounds confusing, just remember we write static keyword here. We will discuss this part. It will be cleared when we start object-oriented programming more. Now let's coming to the point of public keyword. What I mean by public, public is actually an access modifier. It's an access modifier. Writing, it's an access modifier. What I mean by access modifier, it actually controls the visibility. It actually controls the visibility, means this method can be accessible outside of this class. This method can be accessible outside of this class. But if I mention this as private or something else, this method won't be accessible outside of this class. Okay. And now let's coming to the point of string args. This is command line argument. Now what I mean by command line argument, right? So let's understand what I exactly mean by command line argument. Let me open my CMD once. Okay, so let us now understand what I exactly mean by command line argument. What I exactly mean by command line argument. I am in my Windows, means I am in my command prompt. Suppose I'm writing notepad here. So it will open up my notepad, right? It will open up my notepad. Suppose I want to open some file or I want to create some new file. So notepad, and let's suppose my.txt. And this my.txt file doesn't exist in this particular location, so Notepad will create this file automatically. So this file is created. So what exactly happened here? Here Notepad is nothing but the program name. Is nothing but the program name. Okay, and our file name is nothing but our argument or parameter. Argument or parameter. So okay, be it argument or parameter, this argument and parameter along with the program name are called the command line argument, are known as command line argument. So now let's get back into the presentation and understand about string.args. So here string.args, I'm writing this as command line argument. So what is the function of it? We all know how we run our Java code. So that is Java C. Then our file name is simple.java. After that, what we write is Java and then simple, right? Then we write Java and then simple, right? So what happened here? I can write anything like xy.txt file here. xy.txt file here. On that particular case, this xy.txt will be considered as an argument. It's just a formality. Now you can ask me that why we didn't write this in C and C++. Obviously, every programming language has command line argument, but it's not compulsory to be written in those languages. But in Java, it's a formality and we have to write it. And I hope the functionality is clear to you all. And this entire thing, public static void main string args, is known as the signature. This is the method signature. There can be more than one main method, but JVM only execute that main method which have this signature, Okay. So now it's very simple. You have already understand the basic structure. Now this is nothing but our it's similar to printf, or if you are from Python, so it's similar to print. It's similar to our print statement. Okay. Here system.out is nothing but our object. Here system.out is nothing but our object, and println is nothing but our method. Println is nothing but our method. In Java, when we are calling some method, how we have to take the name of that object. Firstly, we have to create that object and then we call that method with an argument. Okay. Now it will be more clear when we do object oriented programming. As of now, just remember we write the statement to print our code. So here it's I love Java. So let me tell you how JVM execute this program. So what happened in the file back? Yeah, in this particular command, what JVM will do? JVM will actually call, when you write Java simple, JVM will actually call simple, the name of your class, and means on that time that is the bytecode, and it will call the main method with some argument. Okay. So the JVM will start executing from this method. And that is why we have to write the main method like in this way only, and this is mandatory. Okay. Now we can change this name. We can change this class name. Earlier I told you that the file name must be, if your file name is simple.java, that means your class name will also be simple.java only. But in case you are not using the keyword public, on that time you can change this file name. But make sure. So let's execute our very first Java code once. I am using the file name simple as per the code in our presentation. So try to write your file name, the class name, always in camel case. Now what we have to write now is our main method, right? So okay, so we can use that small keyword PSVM to write the entire main signature, means the method signature of main. And Next, we have to print it as system.ln as per our question. It was I love Java, right? So now let's execute that. I can execute this directly in IntelliJ IDEA. If you want to execute that using terminal, you can write this command Java C and Java. So see, we have written our very first Java code, that is I love Java. So thank you everybody. In the upcoming lecture, we'll be discussing about the input stream, means how we can take the input from our user, and there's some basic operation, that is addition, division, and later on we will discuss about the methods as well as data types. So thank you everyone.